Alright, today you're going to be making what's called a cityscape. A cityscape is a picture of a city. A landscape is a picture of land, like mountains and trees and oceans and things like that. Pictures of nature and things that are outside. But a cityscape is a picture of a city. So we're going to be making a picture that has buildings in it. Now what you're going to get a blank paper and you're going to get a pencil. Okay, and you're going to get one of these pages that tells you the different steps that you need to follow, and we're going to go through them right now together. But if you forget what you're supposed to do, you can always look at this page and it tells you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and you can read underneath what you're supposed to do in each step. So we're going to start by this first step, and it's the simplest step. It says step 1, draw rectangles different sizes. So on your paper, you're going to take a pencil, and starting on the side, you're going to draw a rectangle. So, and really all you need to do, because the corner of the paper already does this, so an upside down, backwards L, and you end up with a rectangle on that corner of your paper. The sides make up the side. Okay, then you do another rectangle next to that, maybe a little taller, maybe a little smaller. It is up to you. Then you make another one. I'll make this one small. The next one can be a tall, skinny one. Maybe a wide one. And maybe a little taller one. So that's step 1. That's the easiest step, step number 1. Okay, now step number 2 on your paper says add tops to the buildings and silly faces. So on the tops you can see that I've added different shapes to the tops of those ones. So I will do that to these ones too. Maybe I want to make a rounded top like this on one of my buildings. Maybe I want to make it like a steps. They go like this. And when they get to the side, come down. Maybe I want to make one that goes straight up like this and points up. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. You can come up with your own ways. Now this one's really close to the top already, so maybe I'll just do a curvy line on this one to give it a funky little top there. This one, maybe I'll do like a skateboard ramp. The top of that building. This one I'll just make like a normal roof you might have on a house. Now you're also going to get the paper like this. Now this just shows you some ideas that I came up with for faces. Okay, you can use those if you want, or you can just come up with your own ideas, or take ideas from here, steal some of my ideas, and make them your own on the buildings. So now I'm going to put the silly faces on there. So let me see, maybe I'll do some square eyes, like windows, and then maybe I'll make a window nose, but with, looks like a little piggy, almost a piggy nose, and then come up with an idea from my mouth. Now you don't want these all to be the same. Try to think of different things that you can do on each one. There's a face. On this one I'll do that big upside down nose like this, and I'll do some big eyes. This one's gonna be sad. Stick out his this one I'll give rhombus eyes. This was a rhombus shape. Do you remember that? It's called a rhombus. I'll give a little nose, and then just maybe a zigzag line for teeth. Maybe I'll make this one have ears coming off the side, like a doggy, and a doggy nose. big doggy eyes. So these are just going to be silly. They don't have to be. Buildings don't really have faces like this. But there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can have them have big kissy kiss lips. There's lots of different ways you can draw the faces. Alright, and then step 3 over here says add windows and doors. So well, I think I'm going to start with the doors. So on the bottom here, this is where you would get into a building. You add a door, and they can be lots of different shapes. You can just make them a rectangle like this, and then cut it down the middle like that, and do little handles. That's one way. You want to have a rounded top on the top like this. That's another way. You can have triangles like that. Make 2 little handles. Okay, there's lots of different shapes you can have your doors. Come up, over, 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 down. You can make a really little door, or a bigger door. One door that's really big. Lots of different ways you can make your doors. And then this empty space here, you want to do some windows. Buildings have lots of windows, so you can make them really much any shape you want, but you want to put a lot of windows on there. Alright, now the next step after you do your windows, okay, is this last step. But before we do that, I want you to take a Sharpie or a black marker, and I want you to go over all of your pencil lines. So take a Sharpie or a black marker, and you want to go on top of all your pencil lines like this. Now I am ready to use the colors to color in my city nice and neatly. So take your time and do a really nice job. This should take you probably at least 2 days. If you're doing it the right way, this will take you 2 days to make and to color. So take your time, make it look beautiful. Okay, I know you guys will do a really good job. Alright, good luck, see you soon.